Please go.
Uh-oh, T.L. Myers is here. And they're gone.
Next.
T.L. Myers was here. Their van's leaving now. Oh, yeah.
Oh, they are.
All right. You all join me in reciting the pledge. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, good afternoon and welcome to the Monday, February 2nd, 2026 Frankfort Municipal Utility Service Board meeting. First item on the agenda this evening is roll call.
Mike Kelly.
Present.
Mike Reeder.
Present.
Rick Gunyon.
Present.
Krista Stillwell.
Present.
Josh Ewitz.
Present. Second item on the agenda this evening is the approval of minutes. Does anyone have any corrections or additions or motion to approve? And then we'll have a second set of minutes. I think you've all had a chance to receive that today. Correct me if I'm wrong if you haven't seen it. So we'll just do those separately.
I make a motion we approve the minutes from January 12th board meeting.
I'll second that.
Okay, roll call.
Rick Gunyon.
Aye.
Mike Kelly.
Aye.
Mike Reeder.
Aye.
Krista Stillwell.
Aye.
Josh Ewitz.
Aye. Okay, the second set of minutes is from an emergency teleconference we had on the, was that the 25th?
Yes.
The evening of the 25th regarding some information from MISO. So does anybody have any additions, corrections, or motion to approve?
So moved.
I'll second.
Okay, roll call.
That was Krista, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Mike?
Yep.
Mike Reeder.
Aye.
Rick Gunyon.
Aye.
Mike Kelly.
Aye.
Krista Stillwell.
Aye.
Josh Ewitz.
Aye. Okay. Next on the agenda is public participation. Is there anyone from the public signed up or anyone who wishes to participate? Okay. Someday, maybe. Okay, next up is safety minute.
Today's safety minute will be talking about workplace stress. Workplace stress and poor mental health can negatively affect workers through job performance, productivity, communication, and daily functioning. As a department head, I would suggest we show empathy to workers and ensure them that they are not alone. Have an open door policy for communication, and sometimes a simple conversation with a coworker can relieve stress and anxiety.
Very well. Thank
Great.
you.
Thank you.
All right. Next on the agenda is our reports of our officers and staff. First up is auditor.
Business as usual. I have street lights, security lights, and transformers left to go through from an electric standpoint for assets. Those specifically, because we report to the IRC, I have to have very, very specific detailed reports for those. So once those items are taken care of, which will be done this week, we'll be able to. I'll be in a good place to close the year.
Awesome.
Still wait for the city for a couple weeks, just so if they do throw anything else on us before they close, I'll be able to do it within the regular periods 1 through 12 rather than throwing it into a period 13, which isn't a problem, except I have to remember to pull reports for period 13 if we have any extra stuff, and sometimes that can get missed. So
Sure.
but we're in a good spot. We're ready to go. we'll be ready to go by next week from
Awesome.
our side of things. So
Well, that's great.
it gets earlier and earlier every year, which I like.
Anybody have any questions or comments for Andrew?
Attaboy.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, next up this afternoon is the billing office report and Karen Milam.
It's pretty much just been business as usual for us. Getting started in the new year, make sure everything is completed paperwork wise. A lot of paperwork at the beginning of the year. For the month of January, we sent out 9,982 bills. Of those, we had 1,691 disconnects sent out. We had 7 new services start for the month of January, mainly on John and Baldwin. And there was also a new house out in the county. And we had 39 new customers start service. We're still moving forward with Resident Access, which is the new payment website. Hopefully by this time next month, we will be up and running and everything will be good.
Sounds good. Does anybody have any questions or comments for Karen?
I do. I do. I have it taken out directly from the bank. I get an email and I get an envelope in the mail. I don't know how many are we. Is there a way that we can cut back so that we don't send? If I get the bill in the email, I don't understand why I would get it in the mail, because if we have very many people doing that at the rate we're having to pay for mail now, and there could be significant savings there.
We do have the option to be email only. So if you didn't want to receive a paper bill, there has been an issue with the email migration in December.
That's what I wondered, because I haven't got one.
Yeah, I haven't gotten one the last 2 months. So yeah, we have been dealing with that, and support has not been very helpful.
I think probably once we get the email straightened out, we might want to take a look at doing that, so that, or making sure people understand they can get it both ways. But it's what, almost $1 a time now.
73 cents.
Well, it'll be $1 before we know it.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
but we obviously have a bulk rate, but it's still not.
Yeah, it's not that much cheaper.
But Karen, you're saying that that's a choice that currently exists that the customer can make.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep, they just can call us, email us, and we can get them signed up.
Okay. Take Mike off, would you?
Yeah.
Anybody else? No? All right. Thanks, Karen.
Thank you.
All right, next up is Phil Farrell with the electric.
Thanks, Josh.
Hey,
Good afternoon,
welcome.
everybody.
Yeah.
Last meeting, I reported that we had a customer on the far east side of our system that was building a new house and installed underground primaries, so we've got that job completed. We did some work on Baldwin Court, where Habitat is building, so we could supply power to 6 new houses that they're being built. We hooked up building trades house so they could get their heat going, so the kids could continue working. And we assisted PJ at the wastewater treatment plant one day pulling a pump. During the cold snap, we got very fortunate. We had a bad underground service. We could make the repairs quickly for the customer. We had a pole hit at 28 East and 1230 one morning, like last Monday morning. And then we changed the pole out east of the county highway and on 650 South west of 200. And then we had a few minor other trouble calls last week that most of it was on the customer side, so it didn't involve us. And then while we was in with the cold, we assisted storeroom on year-end inventory. That was new to her, and so Andrew could get all his information that he needed.
Well, good. Sounds, for as bad as things were, I figured, it would have been, a lot busier.
Yeah, that would have been brutal to do.
Yeah.
And what we was out was brutal, but
No
yeah,
no
it
doubt.
was for everybody.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
Did
Yeah.
it just break?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Awesome. Anybody have
Thanks,
any
Phil.
questions or comments for Phil? Okay, Phil, you're free to go. Yeah. All right, next up, Shane is not here this evening, so we'll skip over that. We have the Water Department report and Chase Thompson.
Afternoon. Our maintenance department's had 3 main breaks. 2 of those were on Central Avenue. I think Krista probably got notifications out today for the one this morning. We've also had 2 service repairs. With the cold weather, been battling frozen meters daily. And we are working with Badger right now to get notifications before these are happening. So what we're finding out is that maybe our numbers are set too low before it notifies us that a meter is freezing. They have the capability of sending out notifications, and trying to get that worked out to where we get notifications before that happens instead of having to deal with this where we're going out and thawing them out. Meter shop is also replacing meters inside buildings. Most of that's been going on uptown. The indoor ones that are still manual reads, we have radio reads that are up there, and we're going to leave those. They do a pretty good job, and we don't have to go down in to the building to actually get those reads. So the manual reads are what we are replacing. We did have an issue with the meters reading on not reading, and it was due to a firmware update issue. It looks like it was a small batch problem that came in a batch that was all built together, and for whatever reason the firmware didn't update on that group of meters that we ordered, but they have been working to get that taken care of, and I think most of that is resolved. The plant's operating as normal. Been working on water loss audits. The CCR for 2025 has been sent to the IDEM reviewer, and then we've got the well pumpage report that has been sent to DNR. Worked on a couple pumps. One was a hypo pump. Rebuild it. That's why I'm a little pink today. Get chlorine on me, so that happens. And we also successfully, first time doing it, cleaned the cells on our skid, our hypo skid. They have to be cleaned every so often because of calcium and iron buildup. That was a project that we typically subcontracted out to the person that built those skids, and ran us right around $3,000 to have that done. We've got it done where we're doing it, getting the same quality of job done for about $90 now. So
Nice.
Doing that in house. We have 2 guys that are getting ready to take a class. They're signing up for their WT3 test. Dave Johnson is one of them. He'll be signing up for the class to take his test, and then he'll go into what's called OIT, operator in training, and he'll have 2 years of working towards getting his license that way.
Wow.
Brady Woodruff has been in operations long enough now. He can take his test, and he'll go right in as a WT3 operator. But it's a 1-week class instead of an 8-week class, and they take the test on Friday instead of trying to schedule it and make it extend it out a little bit. Other than that, our high pumpage day was January 9th at 4 million gallons. Our low day was 2.7 million gallons, and we averaged 3.5 million. I didn't pull the history like I usually do, but it's, like always, it's right there from what 2021 was. So we're seeing pretty steady numbers.
Yeah.
That's all I have.
Anybody have any questions, comments?
Just so you know, I appreciated that email. It helped me. I got a post out right away, and then I was able to get with Kimberly Black, and it went out on the city app as well. So I know it only affected about 23 people, but I know as quickly as things move and happen, as soon as we get it up, Scanner Chatter picks it up, and it starts getting all over the place. So it was really helpful to have that email. So thank you for sending that.
Yep.
Kudos on the cost savings and doing it
Yeah.
in-house.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that is
Curious,
awesome.
did that take, is that a chemical process that?
Yep, you use it's actually use muriatic acid and water, distilled water, and run it through the system, and it's just about a 4-hour process.
So it's not like
Just
a
a pump.
specialty chemical you didn't have on hand already?
Nope,
Okay,
you buy it over the shelf.
great,
Nice.
fantastic.
Awesome. Thanks, Chase. All right, next up is PJ Whitaker with wastewater and sewer management.
Okay, the guys at the plant installed new pumps at Mash Road. We also cleaned the sludge tubes on both boilers and servicing plant pumps, which thanks to Phil's guys for helping us out on that. The maintenance guys assisted the city last week with snow removal from around the square. We also did a sanitary main repair on Central Avenue and a few other lateral repairs, one on Clay, one on Myrtle. We had 5 sewer calls, 3 of them were on us, or on the property owner. 1 was on us, and 1 was on snow removal. We're not going to accept this responsibility for somebody knocking it off. So,
Nope, that makes sense. Makes sense.
and then I had a question for Krista. The information I sent you an email, was that what you were looking for, or was
Yes,
there
sir.
something else?
Nope, it was perfect.
That's it?
Awesome. Anybody have any questions or comments for PJ? All right.
Thank you.
Nice work.
Thanks, PJ.
All right. Next up with the Lagoons update is Rick Gunyon.
So briefly, I'm currently working on the 2026 improvement plan, and I expect to have that for board review in our first meeting in March. If you don't mind the timing on that.
No, not at
And
all.
what I'd be looking for is comments, questions, input, so we can get it all aligned with what our thinking is. The focus area will be very broad. It'll be site security, fishing, and the wetlands area are the 3 topic areas I'd like to attack this year. So
Sounds good to me.
more information to come. And I appreciate Todd and PJ's efforts last week when we decided to close down the property due to safety concerns during the snow. We'll call it emergency, snow and cold emergency. And again, opening it back up. So thank you for all that work and good job. Well done. So thank you. That's what I got.
Awesome. You have any questions, comments for Rick regarding Lagoons? Oh, okay. Next up then is our general manager report with Todd Corey.
Okay, I just had this passed around. This came from Clay Miller. It's background on or information that we had discussed briefly at our last meeting about the IURC, and everything's in there. And also on the last page is some information as well from IMPA. So, Josh, we had talked and everything, and I had spoken with Alicia and didn't know how we want to proceed along with discussing this in the future after you guys look at this information and start to absorb it and come up with questions, things like that.
Sorry, I hate it when people say It'd be my preference to let the board absorb this information and then schedule possibly an executive session with Mr. Miller and Alicia. If she feels like she'd like to be here, she's more than welcome. Certainly don't want to throw more on you. I know you're busy, especially this time of year, but that would be my preferred way of moving forward.
Agree.
If anyone else has any objections,
I think
I'm
it's a good
open.
one.
No, that's perfect.
I agree 100%.
No, I do have a quick
Yeah.
question, and looking at this real quickly. Do we currently have the same electric rates for in-town and out-of-town customers?
Yes, they're all the same.
They're uniform?
Yes, they are
That's
uniform.
one thing addressed in here.
Yes,
before.
they are
Okay.
uniform, Rick.
Thank you.
The only thing that's not is water and wastewater. Other than that, our electric is universal, let's say.
That doesn't fall under electric, so
Yeah.
we're good. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks.
Do you want me to set it up for 2 weeks from today, the 16th, if he's available?
that'd be great.
Okay.
That would be awesome. That's okay with everybody else?
Wait a minute.
I
Are you going to be
assume-
out of town, Rick?
There's a rumor to that effect.
Well, how about if we could do it quicker? Do you want to do it quicker, or do you?
It'd have to be tomorrow or the next
No,
day.
you got to
Saves
give
leaving
48.
in
You got to
2
give
days.
48
okay,
hours
okay.
notice.
I heard that
How quick
conversation. You want to do it? I mean,
He's
No,
leaving
I
on a
mean,
jet
I
plane,
got to
okay?
6:30. Can
To me, it's always easier to piggyback these things together,
Right.
especially
Right.
Well, let me
everybody's
ask this. Let me
schedule.
ask, since Mike brought it up, let me
Yeah.
ask this question: is attendance by Teams or by another
Zoom?
I think you can
Zoom?
do that.
by
Yeah,
Zoom?
Yeah.
I prefer Zoom.
We still have
we
the
have
Zoom
Zoom
account, Mike?
capability.
Yep.
Yeah.
We still have.
Then It matters
we'll
not
set
to
you
me.
Okay.
I wouldn't be in attendance physically, but I would be
Sure.
virtually. Okay.
Okay, perfect. 2
Okay,
weeks.
I'll set up with
Yeah.
Clay.
So,
Okay.
And I think sooner the better.
Before or after the board meeting?
Your guys' preference.
Matters not to me. Before is fine.
Yeah,
After's
before
fine.
is fine to me.
Before
I
would
don't
be
know
great.
how
That's
everybody
fine.
else's schedule
Yep.
works.
And
Yeah.
then
7 in
This
the morning.
schedule's better than, attorney's.
Reader,
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
and then what? Move the actual
Fine.
board meeting back till 4:30 or 5. Then
That's fine.
because we'll have to advertise that because they're all set at 4 right now, right?
Yeah.
For the year.
4 and 4:30. Is that what you're suggesting?
Well, if we have Clay here at 4, or if he comes here, we can do that and then just close it. Normally, our second meeting's pretty short.
Okay.
Why don't we just say at 4:30?
Let's see what works
Then
for
we'll
him,
do
and
the
then we'll
executive
go from
session
there.
then.
I like that.
4:30.
Yeah.
Okay.
So regular board meeting said
Yeah.
That's easy.
executive session following.
Yeah.
And Mike or one of you can get the Zoom set up.
I think Todd does it now, right?
Todd?
You can set up Zoom. Huh?
No, you always do.
I can, guys, I can set up the Zoom if we need to set up the Zoom.
Or Teams.
We'll
I
get
just
it.
have other
too.
people send me the invites. I don't
Okay.
set them up.
We'll get you an invite in some way, shape, or form. Carrier pigeon, something.
That'll work.
Okay.
Okay, great.
As an update for it was House Bill 1002. There's been some new stuff added to it. We already knew that they were looking at budget billing. We already knew that they was looking at when we could do disconnects. Then they threw another thing in there about taking so much of, or like 0.2% of your residential rate, putting it in a separate account. There's been all kinds of things going on. And it did pass through the House of Representatives last week with an overwhelming margin. And now it's going to the Senate subcommittee, I guess, on Thursday. And it's been requested that I be there to testify for us, for the small communities, because as you've seen in Clay's report, there's 3 municipals involved in this. And it's not really, I personally don't think it's fair what they're doing. So Carolyn Wright from IMPA has requested that I come down to testify. She's going to be testifying, myself and someone from Anderson, because they're also still within the IURC that would fall under this jurisdiction.
Can you elaborate on when you say there's 3 municipalities involved in this? Can you tell us more about that?
Well, from what I gather, Rick, they're trying to also regulate or bring prices down. And our standpoint is that we're one of the lowest in the state of Indiana right now. But it's 3 municipal-owned utilities that would fall under this jurisdiction or these.
Todd,
New law.
if I can
Yeah.
jump in. So the new law that they're proposing applies only to IURC regulated jurisdictions that meet certain requirements. There are only 3 of those in the state that would meet those, including the city of Frankfort.
That's what I was looking for. So
Yeah.
out of
Sorry.
87 municipalities in Indiana,
This
3
law
of
would
us-
affect 3.
3 of us are in IURC. That's why that's
Correct.
the distinction I was trying to aim for.
Yes.
And I believe all 3 are members of IMPA as well.
I know 2 of us are, yeah.
Yeah.
2 of us are for sure.
And to our understanding, we are some of the most affordable utility rates. So we are essentially facing this change when we're not the offender causing the need for the change.
Correct.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you plan on testifying?
Yes, I do. Or yes, I am. I got to be there at 8:30 Thursday morning. And I am supposed to call Brian Buchanan on my way home because he's on the utility subcommittee as well. So he'll be there, but we have a phone call set up on my trip home this evening too, to discuss it with him ahead of time as well. And then, as I mentioned, Carolyn Wright from IMPA will be there too, advocating for us at this point in time.
Great.
So yeah, it's been an interesting process. Last week I spoke to 2 of the state representatives. One of them went well, the other one didn't go so well. That's fine. Yeah. And then when the vote came out, it didn't matter at all. So we got that one. And I continue to work on the big elephant on the room for the power side of thing, or the elephant in the county, I guess I should say, instead of the elephant in the room. But we have made some progress in the last week or so. Actually, it was last Thursday. Made some more progress on that, but it's a continuing, ongoing saga. And then the last thing I have, it was brought to my attention and had a question asked, and actually is by Rick, about CPR training. And the electric guys and their requirements and stuff, they all have to be certified with CPR. And we did it, just last year, early last year? And it came up about the other departments, and I think it's a good idea. And also with the billing office, PJ and Chase and I talked, and I spoke with Karen, and we got Phil gave me the number of the person that does it, and it is $20 per person. It's a 2-hour course. And when my first reaction is to have at least the maintenance crews, water maintenance and sewer maintenance, because if they're in a hole or anything else. And then, we also have people around chemicals at both the water and wastewater. And for $20 a person, that's a pretty cheap insurance policy to have. With both of those crews as well, they're close to town for emergency response, but it's still I think it would be very wise for us to get this set up. They could do it right here in this room. It may be all in one day, divided up, or the lady Benny Shore
Yep.
Said that she'd do it over 2 or 3 days. It didn't matter.
Yep.
But I said, how much again? She said, just $20 a person. I said, okay. So I wanted to see if you guys were all on board if we get that set up for that. But I think it's a great idea.
That's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
I mean,
Does that include AED instruction too?
it will.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Nope, that's a great idea, because there's no, we're going to throw my other hat on. We're going to be there as quick as we can, but there's no guarantee we're not neck deep in something else when you guys have an emergency. So
Right.
Could I provide a quick comment there?
Yes, please.
Thank you. So to that point, Josh, there's been a number of studies done, particularly in the case of a need for CPR or AED. Time is of the essence, as you know, and when a response can be initiated within, I think it's 2.5 minutes, the results are very much in favor of survival and not a life-threatening injury. When you get to 3 to 5 minutes, it becomes much more
your odds work
possible, to have a bad effect. So the idea being, the more people that have the training nearby, we're just better prepared.
Sure.
And of course, it does require 3 elements. It's the first aid training, which is very basic, because you could have a cut or a contamination or something that requires first aid. The CPR and the automatic defibrillator is much more severe in impact. And then having the equipment, either the first aid kit or the automatic defibrillator within reach.
Sure.
So Todd and I talked about, well, where are the defibrillators? Where are the first aid kits? And so forth. And lastly, I would say, I find myself in my day job, every day I talk about the need to not work in silos. So this is another case where I recommended to Todd that he reach out to the city and the Board of Works and Safety, explain to them what we're going to pursue here, and make sure they're aware that this opportunity could be a shared effort. It could be something they join in on or do separately.
Yeah.
But we're doing it kind of as a role model effect. And
that's great.
Not to forget the county folks, that it wouldn't be a bad idea to let them know as well.
Sure.
So that Todd was very receptive when we talked about that, and I think it's nothing but good.
Yeah, I think that's good. It's a great idea. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, and when we first talked, I had it stuck in my mind that it was $55 in a person, which is still it's a great insurance policy. But when I heard the number, holy cow, how would you do it twice? Make sure they understand it.
Yeah.
But
Alert
so
test.
I'll get that set up, and she said any time. So we may
Awesome.
get it set up and started as early as next week or the week after.
And I would hope that that's extended to board members as well, if there's anyone interested.
You guys are $25, payable in cash.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
Does it come with Big B?
Pardon me?
Does it come with Big B? It was a joke.
It can.
Okay.
It can.
Drawing humor.
So
Right.
do we need to like ratify that or something, or just say?
I
okay,
make a
go ahead and
motion
do
that
it?
we provide extensive safety training for the staff of the Frankfort Municipal Utilities through a course with CPR and AED included for anyone that wants it that's associated with the utilities in any way.
Okay.
Perfect. Can I second that, please?
All right, roll call.
Mike Reeder,
Aye.
Rick Gunyon,
Aye.
Mike Kelly,
Aye.
Krista Stillwell,
Aye.
Josh Hewitts.
Aye. All right.
That's what I have, and then I'll fill you in on how well it goes on Thursday.
Okay.
And kind of excited about it. It'll be interesting
Yeah.
to see.
It'll be neat.
Okay, but if there's anybody have any questions for me?
Not currently.
Okay,
Not right now.
I'll wait.
Well, you can leave. I don't care if you leave. You can leave if you want. You can sit down. How about that? All right. Next on the agenda is claims. Does anyone have any additions, or are we ready to make a motion to approve?
So moved.
Okay, Krista with the motion,
Second?
Mike with the second. Roll call.
Mike Kelly,
Aye.
Rick Gunyon,
Aye.
Mike Reeder,
Aye.
Krista Stillwell,
Aye.
Josh Hewitts.
Aye. Okay, underneath unfinished business, we have, from our prior meetings, we have the employee handbook approval. And I think we've received all the information that we need to regarding that topic. I know Alicia got her comments in there. Does anybody have any questions or comments, changes they want to make before we go ahead and approve the handbook and get that rolled out? Anyone? Todd, Phil, PJ, Karen, Jace?
Not since she's taken a look. I mean, it would be the only things that were changed was on a Word document that I sent out. There was like 2 things that were recommended changes. If you need me to resend it to you, I can, but
It shouldn't be anything that you guys are not aware of or have not
Yes.
suggested yourselves.
and it's not anything that's like dramatic or
No.
it was like verbiage and
I mean, we changed some vacation around, but just kidding.
like personal days. We just like
I didn't.
eliminated them, but it's fine.
That's awesome.
I know it feels like what is happening.
No.
Jokes, friends, jokes.
Okay, no, we're
Okay.
So then what will happen
Yeah,
is
no
everybody
kidding.
will have to sign a new handbook sheet acknowledging that they've received it. And do we require printed copies? Does everyone have to receive a printed copy as well?
I don't know that you have to give them a printed copy. You have to
Make it
they
available.
receive it electronically,
Electronically,
and then
okay.
they need to sign sheet, and that needs to be printed and put in the personnel
Yes.
file.
Okay.
So if they want a printed copy, they can request a printed copy. If they are fine with an electronic copy.
Yep.
That's
Have-
sufficient.
Have you guys all received printed copies in the past? Okay. Is that something we can? Okay. So but when there's been a revision, do you get a new? Okay.
Okay.
Is that okay? Can we go ahead and do that? Right. Oh, I see what you're saying.
No.
You get
Yeah.
you get the revisions only.
Well, this one will be
This is pretty
this
extensive.
is pretty
so you-
extensive.
I don't.
So
I don't think, at least since I've been here, I don't think overall
right.
the whole hand. There's
Right.
some
Right.
sections that have changed.
Yep.
So what we've done is we've done an employee acknowledgement.
Yep.
Part of this.
Yep. And that's what
This
we
is
can do moving
extensive,
forward.
so
I
it
would say
probably needs a whole new one.
yeah.
Yeah,
I would say
mean,
we should
and to the extent that you want a copy, that's fine. But as long as you them acknowledge
yes.
legally,
Right.
we're fine.
Yes. Okay.
That satisfies the legal requirement, correct? No, I think it's probably a good idea to send out new copies. I don't know who does that.
Would that be a Cheryl situation, or is that something that
I'm honestly not sure because, like I said, we haven't really done that. I think in the past, just emailed it to Todd, and then Todd had printed the page
Put
to
'em
the
in.
department heads.
Well, Todd, you and I'll work with you on
Yeah, as many pages.
So we can
Yeah.
have somebody put them in
a print shop.
printer.
Print shop, do it, get them all in here.
Yes.
Yep. And
Bound in
we'll
a
get a
manner.
couple extra copies made so that way we have extras.
Perfect.
Okay, I'll work with you on that.
Okay. In that case, I will entertain a motion to approve the employee handbook.
Motion to approve.
I'll second that.
Okay, Mike Reeder with the motion to approve, Krista Stillwell with the second. Yes, sir.
Mike Kelly,
Aye.
Rick Gunyon,
Aye.
Mike Reeder,
Aye.
Krista Stillwell,
Aye.
Josh Ewitz.
Aye. All right.
Project's done.
Cross that
Got
one
that
off.
one off. Okay. Next on the agenda under unfinished business is our salary survey quote. And I believe after our last meeting, after we had some discussion on it, we asked for that number to be clarified.
Yes.
And-
Yep.
And we've received that fairly quickly, if I recall.
Yes. So the way Jeremy clarified that for us is to help us understand if it included benefits or if it was mainly just pay/total cash compensation, which would include base salaries, bonuses, incentive pay, and other cash compensation components. He did indicate benefits are not included in the analysis, which is standard practice for compensation studies. Benefits benchmarking is an incredibly complex and extremely difficult process because it does require for actuarial calculations to be attached to everything tied to a benefits package. So what is quoted is for the base salary, bonuses, incentive pay, cash compensation components. It is not for benefits.
Okay.
Okay.
Very well. Did we want to take action on that? or
I have a
did-
question. Did we clarify we only wanted the management or the?
We have 8 to 12 positions available in the existing quote as it sits, but then he also gave us a price if we did want to analyze other positions as well. He gave us a per position price should we choose to add that on. So if there are any others that we would like to look at. So we are the ones that set that list for them.
$300.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. If you're ready to move forward, we can move forward. If you are not ready to move forward and we don't know for sure which of these positions yet, is that something that we need to handle under an executive session, Alicia, or can we?
You can handle it under executive session. I think we're not talking about any specific
Person, right?
person or any details.
Okay.
Point you discuss it. Fine.
Okay. So I'm open to suggestions or where we want to go with this.
What I
Anyone?
think we could do is we could go ahead and if we want to move forward, we could move forward with passing the expenditure and the project, but then I think we would need to have a secondary conversation about which positions exactly we want to analyze. And I don't know that we need to do that tonight, right?
Right.
Because it would be throwing things against the wall at this point in time. But I do believe we could go ahead and pass it and then have that conversation and bring
Okay.
the list if that works for everyone.
I would make a motion that we go ahead and initiate the salary survey for X number of people to be determined at a later date.
Okay, Mike Kelly with a motion.
Second.
Mike Reeder with a second. Roll call.
Rick Gunyon,
Let me provide a comment. My vote would be aye. I agree. My comment would be I would like to think that we would take into account the outcome of the survey, which is salaries and wages. But to augment that, I think the board, we could obtain information from, let's say, similarly situated municipality utilities in terms of their insurance and benefits package. We could compare data from one municipality to ourselves. We could get a unofficial sense of, are we about equal? Are we better than
Or less
2/3
than.
of the population, for example? And I think my consideration would be not only the formal salary survey, the data, but also how our non-salary benefits package compares. I would like to look at both of those in my own evaluation.
Okay.
So with that being the thinking of myself, I would vote in favor of this. Yes.
Okay.
And that is something Jeremy did specifically note. I'll add to that comment as well, that the way they do it is with a very sophisticated data mining resource that helps compare, but it's not like they're going and physically getting this information from other
Sure.
places. So that would be something that if we felt was necessary, we could do that, keeping in mind that there is substantial room for error in the comparing apples to apples, was
Okay.
his main comment.
Okay.
So, okay.
Roll call.
Mike Reeder,
Aye.
Mike Kelly,
Aye.
Krista Stillwell,
Aye.
Josh Ewitz.
Aye. Okay. Next on the agenda this afternoon is the Prairie Creek Watershed Partnership Agreement.
I got an update from Tom. So I sent it over to Tom Little with the county.
Mhm.
He provided it. Dan made edits. I haven't had a chance to thoroughly review those edits yet. So my request would be that we not take any action on this until I get a chance to look through those edits from Tom and Dan, and then get you a clean copy once I that we're comfortable.
That sounds prudent to me.
Okay.
All right.
It does beg a question, if I may. Who would be representing the other parties in this agreement?
Other parties.
In other words, we're representing the utilities. Who is it that our partnership agreement would be with? The drainage board, the county surveyor?
So it would be with the drainage board.
Okay.
Dan Sheets is statutorily on the drainage board, is my understanding. So the county surveyor is automatically a member of the drainage board. So it would be through the drainage board and the.
Okay.
I don't recall. Like I said, I haven't thoroughly. I think that they wanted to. One of the things they wanted to was. I don't think they wanted to change. It was, but they did want to expand it instead of just Prairie Creek Watershed. There are other facilities in Frankfort that are stormwater part of. And so while we have focused on that, they listed other ones and that sort of thing. So I need to review all of that and see where those are and all of that good stuff. But it would be.
Okay, so I would support that. I think myself, I would do a pretty thorough read of it. Once you get your comments made, that kind of thing has a tendency to grow legs and get bigger than we originally imagined. So I want to make sure we're not including the Hannah Kessler ditch out in Circleville, for example.
Right, and that's why I didn't want to rush it, and I wanted to actually search where all of these were before I got it to you, and then I will note out of whack. But I do think that it does have potential to get a little bit larger than what was, and that possibly has me heard. So I'm going to take a thorough look at it, and then I will provide commentary based on their edits. I think red lines, but I will probably comment on their red line, that all out to you.
Right. Well, and this is, in my opinion, this is all good stuff, and so we're not under an urgent timeline to get it done in a hurry. We're more under a timeline to get it done correctly, right? So.
Yes, I would agree.
Okay.
I would agree wholeheartedly. Okay. Anyone else have any comments, questions about that particular agreement? Okay. Okay. Next is the liaison and committee assignments. You all received that list. Does anybody? Here it is. Rick, you're on there now in the right spot. Does anybody have any changes you want to suggest or make, edits, things you don't like? Okay.
Who lets the pension people know who's on the pension board? I've been added and who's been taken off.
You want me to email this to all the department heads? Okay.
That way I'm included in when the meetings are.
And then Mike Reeder, you saw that PCW is Prairie Creek Watershed. So
Yes, sir.
once we get that done,
Yes, sir.
that way they've got somebody, they're not calling 4 different people and they
Perfect.
can go straight to you, and
Perfect.
that's your problem, not mine.
Thanks, Josh.
Hey, you're welcome. I think we should be good here. Let's see how it goes. If there's something that doesn't work out, we'll change it and go from there. But that's kind of it in a nutshell. Like I said, I'll email that to everyone so they can see it, and we'll go from there. Yeah. Well, I've lost the other thing, so there it is. So the only other thing, if anybody have any questions, comments about liaison assignments, no? Okay. So we'll move on to new business. Is the Indiana Utility Regulatory Commission, and Todd's already covered that. He's already covered House Bill 1002. So I don't know that there's any discussion that needs to take place on that topic or those topics, but I'm certainly open to it. No? Any other business that needs to come before the board for the good of the cause? No? All right, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All right, meeting adjourned.
Good job. So, Dan, if he's got a project or something,